We are here at AirVenture Oshkosh, coming to the close of the show, and we got some interesting announcements about that relative to a company called Pipistrel. I'm Dan Johnson, and I'm visiting today with Tina Tomazik, and Tina is one of the design gurus at the company Pipistrel. That means he's one of the folks that keeps cranking out these beautiful airplanes. I don't know when you fell asleep over there, but you sure do a lot of nice work. Some handsome airplanes that fly very, very well. You've proven that in a few ways. One of them is by some very impressive round-the-world flying that just got done. But you've also won several NASA challenges where some people also with some bright engineering skills have gotten together, done the best they could, and you've come out a winner 3 or 4 times now and got a pretty nice check with the last one too, I understand.
Yeah.
So what we're standing in front of now is your new Alfa product. You've done some very exploratory work in various ways. You got a really sleek 4-seater in the working. That's called the Panthera. Gorgeous machine. But now you kind of took a step back here and went, well, there's the other end of the market. This is the Alfa Trainer. When did you come out with this product? How long have you been working on it, Tina?
Well, to say what we do first, we have basically a very wide product range. We cover everything from single-seat gliders to high-speed 2-seaters, and now the 4-seater is coming. So we sort of covered the big share of the segment in terms of product offerings. And it became apparent in the last couple of years that the light sport aeroplanes are departing from the original idea of affordable flight and easy flight into more complicated, really high-tech products, and we've sort of gone with the wave as well.
Nothing wrong with that, but it leaves out a section, doesn't it?
But sort of you follow what the customer desires. And what we've noticed is that there's a big area, a big gap to fill in the niche of affordable and fun flying, which also happens to be very close in conjunction to what flight schools require. So we've taken the best of our best NASA-awarded airplane, the Virus SW, and we decided to make it optimal for the flight school and people who fly on the budget and want to fly affordably. So here we are in front of our Alfa Trainer. It's an airplane that is available in one equipment version only, with everything: parachute rescue system, special avionics, radio, transponder, GPS, for a good $83,000 US.
Well, I took a look inside the airplane, and of course on the side of it, it says Alfa Trainer, because that's how you position the airplane. But I kind of thought, you know, this is not just a trainer. I looked inside. I'm an old ultralight pilot, and I like simple airplanes. I love all the fancy, cool stuff too, and I'm qualified to fly some of those. But to me, a real simple airplane has a lot of merit. I poked around inside and looked at all this equipment that's in it. You've got a sign here on the airplane that says $83,885, and the words are right underneath it in case you can't read them. It says, exact same configuration as you see here. So I stuck my nose inside and I looked and I went, well, it says everything I could possibly want, short of an instrument flying airplane, and that's not why I'd buy an airplane of this type anyway. So I imagine that you've got some people that are buying these that are not flight schools. Has that happened for you here at this show?
Absolutely. At the moment, the customers are divided about 60-40. 60 for the flight schools, 40 for the private owners. But what we wanted to achieve with the name is really make a statement to the flight schools that we have an airplane which may be just about perfect for fleet use as well. In fact, the configuration was chosen so that the airplane can be on the flight line pretty much 99% of the time. What people don't realize is that all of the systems on the airplane are modular, so easy to replace and very quick turnaround times as well. The undercarriage has been made especially robust for all those harder landings that they will be...
Students have to be allowed to make mistakes, so you've got to make an airplane that can handle mistakes.
Absolutely. But at the same time, we ended up with an airplane that will appeal to a very broad range of pilots, new pilots, pilots that are not so skilled, or pilots that are not yet ready to scale up to something else. But
or they just don't need any more than this.
Absolutely.
Now I noticed, for example, one of the changes I'm assuming you've made, because you have some lovely wheel pants on the other airplanes I can see out here under the wing of this one. This one has no wheel pants, and that's the way you mean it to be.
Yes.
That's part of the overall configuration change that you made for it to be a good flight school airplane, right?
That's one point, and the other point is quicker turnaround times, more robust tires. We use 10-ply tires by default, and reinforced landing gear.
Excellent. Yeah, because they are going to skid in sideways and do things.
Absolutely.
And wear those tires harder.
Absolutely.
And a flight school that has a downed airplane for maintenance is not happy.
The most expensive airplane is the airplane that doesn't fly.
That's right.
Now, I run a flight school. What are we powering this with?
The airplane is powered by the most reliable engine in this segment, the Rotax 912 80 horsepower variant, which runs on pretty much every fuel that's available out there. The regular 87 octane fuel is enough for this engine, and you can really bring the cost of operation down. The costs in a typical circuit environment, so when you're training circuits, is 2.5 gallons an hour of fuel consumption. When you're cruising at 105, 108 knots, your consumption is up to 3.5 gallons an hour. But we're talking regular fuel, and also we support fuels that contain ethanol. Up to 10%, this is the limit that Rotax, as the producer of the engine, is prescribing.
I've always loved the 80 horsepower engine. You're not asking quite as much of it. The 100, I understand why people always like the 100, a little more power and so forth, but you're also then asking more of the engine, especially in a flight school environment where you're asking that hour after hour after hour. These folks want to do 50, 70, 100 hours a month or more if they can. You begin to tax that engine more, and that means there's a possibility of more maintenance needed. And now we're back to that. Airplanes on the ground for maintenance is not what flight schools want.
I would agree here, but what also needs to be said is that because we have a really low empty weight on the aeroplane, much lower than 700 pounds for the total package,
wow,
the power to weight ratio, despite the 80 horsepower, is actually better than with the majority of the light sports that are equipped with the 100 horsepower engine.
Sure, those get loaded up with all kinds of extra stuff.
Absolutely.
Again, that's fine for those that want it, but that means the engine has to carry that all around. So you're right.
In fact, having the 80 horse doesn't mean it will underperform. It performs
So what
just
kind of
as
climb
well.
rate with at gross weight here?
Yeah.
What kind of climb rate do you see in this airplane?
1,200 feet per minute.
Wow. With the 80 horsepower engine this is, we want to emphasize that.
Absolutely.
So now, just this week, I believe you got your FAA final approval on this airplane, did you?
Yes, the two aeroplanes that were on display at Oshkosh have now received airworthiness certificates. One of them has actually just flown home a couple of minutes ago, and this one will leave tomorrow to happy customers.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
On my list, on my website, that'll make it number 126, and we want to congratulate Pipistrel on that achievement. It joins several other Pipistrels already on the list. I think you're getting up there at the top now with the most number of approved airplanes in the light sport aircraft segment, and we want to congratulate you for that and all your other great work that you've been doing. I admire many of your airplanes, as do a number of customers, which you've had some of this week. I think Michael told me this is your best AirVenture Oshkosh ever.
Yes, indeed, the sales success was a little bit unexpected, but we're nonetheless extremely happy about how it turned out. We basically have new customers for pretty much every product in our offering.
Excellent.
Alfa is of course the star of the show. It's not surprising given what this airplane offers and given that it's being presented in the public for real for the first time.
Excellent. Well, thanks for bringing it to AirVenture Oshkosh. We are speaking with Tina Tomazik of Pipistrel, and it's represented in the United States by pipistrel-usa.com. You can go to their website, get a lot of more information about what's available here in the United States. Pipistrel is a worldwide company with dealers all over, so where do we go to find your website, which can cover the rest of the world?
The website which covers the light sports segment is indeed pipistrel-usa.com.
Okay.
The company which produces aeroplanes for the global market, including the experimentals, is in Slovenia, and the website is pipistrel.eu for Europe.
Pipistrel.eu,
Correct.
and that covers products that are not approved in this country but are approved in other countries and other applications. So thanks for speaking with us today. I have information on the Pipistrel products on my website, and I can help you link to those websites Tina just referenced. That's available on buydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com. Thanks for joining us today.